This is Fat to Fierce. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles. I'm your host, Amy English. Join me on this empowering adventure towards a healthier relationship with food, body, and self, one delicious bite at a time. Hello, welcome to the Confidence Chronicles. I'm your host, Amy English, and this is episode 34. So in today's episode, we're going to continue the body discussion. We're going to talk about body appreciation. So just to do a quick recap, last week in episode 33, we talked about body awareness. The week before in episode 32, we talked about body acceptance. Now, I kind of have those two reversed because really body awareness does come before body acceptance, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay. You get the point. And I wanted to do this quick recap before we dive into body appreciation. So I like to think of this like a ladder, okay? Like a ladder you would climb. And here's how it looks. So the ladder is like your body or your relationship with your body, okay? Whatever vibe you have with your body, all right? The things you say to your body, the way you talk about your body, the way you talk to your body, the way you think about your body, and just generally the way you feel about your body, okay? Now, a lot of us, myself included, tend to have very negative, a negative relationship with our bodies, meaning we're constantly wanting to change our body. The body's not good enough. The body doesn't look right. Body should look differently. You know, we compare with other bodies that we see walking on the street and people that we know. There's generally like a very negative feeling towards our beautiful body, this body that carries us through our life. And it can become a real issue, okay? It can become a real problem. I had a negative relationship with my body for most of my life. I constantly wanted to change my body. And here's the impact on this, okay? It makes for a pretty miserable experience, to be perfectly honest, when you're constantly at war with your body. And that's how it felt for me. Now, everybody's different. Everybody's experience is different. Everybody's relationship with their body is different. You may have an okay relationship with your body, and I think that's fantastic. I used to hate my body, and I used to say that pretty often, okay? So as you can imagine, constantly hating my body made for a really miserable experience living in this vessel every single day. Back to the ladder. So when you think of the ladder being your body or your relationship with your body, I like to think like the bottom of the ladder is your current relationship with your body, whatever that looks like. Okay. So for me in the very beginning, the bottom of the ladder was where I was with my body, not liking it very much, not having a warm and fuzzy relationship, having little to no compassion for my body whatsoever. Okay. That was at the bottom of that ladder. And then the next step up would be body awareness. Body awareness is exactly what it says. It's becoming aware of your body. It's recognizing your body as this entity, really, okay? As this vessel that is carrying you through life. That's body awareness, getting more familiar with your body and how your body operates, how it feels, the physical sensations, the signals your body is sending. That's all part of body awareness. And that's in episode 33 if you want to go ahead and listen and get a more in-depth explanation of body awareness. Then we have the next step up on that ladder. Again, if we're thinking of this like a ladder, the next step up would be body acceptance. And I talked more about that in episode 32. So what is body acceptance? That is really accepting exactly where your body is in this point in time. Finding acceptance for whatever size you are, whatever your weight is, whatever you look like, accepting the reality of where you are. And the reason that is so important, and again, you can go back and listen to episode 32 because I went into depth on the number of reasons why body acceptance is so important and why not continuing the fight with reality is really, really critical on your journey. But just as a quick recap, the reason for that is because for every moment you spend fighting with the reality of where you are, it's almost like digging yourself deeper and deeper. It keeps you at a tug of war with your body. It keeps you in a constant fight with the reality of where you are now. And that is just a lot of wasted time, energy, and effort that could be used in a more beneficial way. Okay. So when you think about all the time, energy, and focus that goes towards disliking your body, hating where you are right now, wishing you could be somewhere different, wishing you could be further along on your journey, wishing you could lose more weight, wishing you could wear a certain size, all of that. I mean, think about the percentage of time and effort and energy and focus and everything that goes into that argument. All right. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of space. It's a lot of energy. And you could actually take all of that. Like if you were to accept where you are now in your body and remove all of that judgment and criticism, you could actually use that time, energy, and focus in a much more powerful way, in a way that would benefit your journey, actually. Because think about it. When we're constantly fighting with our bodies and miserable and unhappy with where they are and spending just a lot of time and mental space in that place, it actually kind of keeps us stuck. All right. It kind of keeps us in that same mode as opposed. Well, let me just say this. It leaves us feeling terrible. Okay. And when we feel terrible, it's really hard to take the next steps and to do the things we say we want to do to improve on ourselves. All right. Whereas if you can find that acceptance of where you are now and quit fighting with the reality, then you reclaim all that time, energy, focus, and space, and can actually use it to your advantage and feel better and start working on whatever goals you want to work on. Okay. So that's the critical piece of acceptance. And today we're talking about the next step on this ladder. Okay. And again, let me just recap because I love to recap. All right. Bottom of the ladder is wherever you're at right now with your body, assuming you haven't done any of this work. Okay. Listen, there might be people listening who have started the venture into body awareness and body acceptance. So you might be in a different spot on this ladder. This ladder is for anyone who hasn't done any work on their relationship with their body. Okay. So wherever you're at right now, if you're feeling ill, icky, not happy with your body, you're at that bottom, you're on the bottom of the ladder. Okay. Next step is awareness. Next step is acceptance. And the next step after that is where we're at today. And that is body appreciation. Finding ways to appreciate, finding reasons to appreciate your body. And appreciate just means exactly what it says, right? Appreciating everything your body does for you every single moment of every single day, every single moment that you're in this experience, okay, that you're on this planet Earth. All right. That's where we are today, right? I'm kidding. But appreciating every single thing that your body does for you in every moment that you're alive. Okay. And when you think about that, when you really just take a step back, okay? And I want to be clear here. I understand the relationship with the body can become very toxic, especially in our culture, because I don't know about you, but I have known since I was a kid that this need, this desire to be thin, or this desire to lose weight, or this desire to look a certain way, because we learned at a very early age, well, at least I did, that, it wasn't okay to be chubby. It wasn't okay to carry extra weight. It wasn't okay to be fat, right? I mean, let's face it. This is one of the reasons why I named my program Fat to Fierce. It's all about ditching the fat mentality, and the fat mentality tells us that we're not worthy unless we weigh a certain number or we wear a certain size jeans. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it causes so much harm. So learning, like taking the really I want to say rebellious act of learning to appreciate your body kind of goes against what we've been taught all of these years. And I do want to say that there have been a lot of strides. There have been a lot of changes over the years. I'm happy to see that a lot of places have become more inclusive when it comes to specifically the female body. But fat phobia is alive and well. All right. And so is the obsession with weight loss. I mean, to the point where it can be very, very damaging. And one of the reasons I think that body acceptance, body positivity, body love is so important is because it teaches you how to first heal the relationship that you have with your body, and then improve the relationship that you have with your body so that you're working with your body instead of against your body. It's really about becoming friends with your body. That's how I see this entire ladder. Okay. This entire process of changing your relationship with your body is really getting to know your body and working with your body on a very intimate, personal level and becoming friends with your body. Because I can tell you right now, in the past, there was no way I was friends with my body. I was terrible to my body. Not only the things I said about my body and saying that I hated my body, I used to say that I wanted to cut off my fat. I've said this before on my podcast. It still pains me to say that out loud right now. But I just say that to illustrate the fact that I had a very toxic, unhealthy, unhelpful relationship with my body. It certainly was not a friend. If anything, I saw it as an enemy. I was frustrated with my body because it didn't do what I wanted it to do. It didn't drop the weight as quickly as I wanted it to. It didn't look the way that I wanted it to. And I think that's another really toxic part of diet culture. Not all diet culture is bad. All right. I want to be clear here. If you really want to make changes to your body and remove weight for whatever reason, like, I firmly believe you can do that in a really positive, peaceful way, with compassion, with kindness. It doesn't have to be a hateful venture. Okay. But here's the thing, like working with your body as a friend is going to make all the difference. All right. I can tell I've got several rants brewing in my brain right now. So I'm going to try to I'm going to try to stick to one before I end up all over the place on this episode. Okay. Really, body the I'm going to go on a rant. All right. Listen, here's the thing, because it's on my mind. It's burning a hole in my brain right now. So I'm going to just share this quick piece, because I do believe that while there's a toxic part of diet culture, there's also a toxic part of the body positivity movement. And that is where it almost is wrong or bad to want to change your body, to want to lose weight. And this is equally as harmful as the toxic parts of diet mentality. Okay. At the end of the day, and this is what I tell my clients. Okay. This is straight from a private session. You need to be able to decide what you want to do with yourself and your body. This is your journey. This is your life. You get to decide what you want to do, okay? There's no one to say what you should or shouldn't do. It's up to you. But do it from a place of love. Do it from a place of compassion and understanding, and really just wanting to live your best life and feel the best you can feel. Okay. If I have had clients decide that they are happy exactly where they are, their decision. I have had clients who have gone on to use different weight loss medications with their doctors after we worked together because they decided it was on their terms that they wanted to make changes. And that's what this whole Fat to Fierce journey is all about. It's about doing what you want to do from a position of like power, from a position of having power over choice, of having power over your life, of doing what you want to do, not because somebody else says you should. And that is the dangerous part of both toxic diet mentality and toxic body positivity, is someone else telling you what you should or shouldn't do. Okay, rant over. Let's continue talking about body appreciation. Really, what it's all about is ditching the transactional relationship you have with your body. Okay. It's kind of like this. I can't possibly like my body until I lose, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, right? No, no, that's not how we want to look at this anymore. Okay. Body, be appreciating your body can be done no matter where you're at physically. All right. Because guess what? Your body is functioning regardless. If you're listening or watching this podcast right now, something's working. You're able to hear, you're able to see, okay? You're able to listen, you're able to take it all in. You might be thinking thoughts right now. Okay. That's your brain working. Your brain's part of your body. All right. How about the fact that you're breathing? Your lungs are working right now. Your heart's working, right? Maybe you're shaking your head in agreement. All right. That's your body. Maybe you're flailing your hands like I am right now as I talk about this. That's your body. Maybe you're walking around. Maybe you're on a walk right now. Maybe you're walking around your house. Whatever you're doing, that's your body working. Your body is working for you every single day, every moment of every day that you're here. Why wouldn't we show our bodies some appreciation for all that they do for us, even when we're shitheads to our bodies? I mean, really. When I think about the way I treated my body in the past, wanting so bad for it to squeeze into a certain size, having zero appreciation for everything it does for me every single day. I mean, really, think about let's do something fun. Think about if your body was a person. I mean, okay, let's just set aside the fact that it is a person because it's your body. Okay, let's play pretend for just a second here. Okay, let's pretend that your body is a separate person. Okay, so your physical form is a separate person that is kind of with you, all the time. When you think of your body as a separate person, how do you feel about that person? How do you think you treat that person on a daily basis? How do you think that person, your body, feels about the way you treat it, him or her, them, whatever? Okay. Please insert whatever pronoun works for you. But how do you think if we were to ask your body, this separate person, how you feel or how they feel about you, what do you think they would say? I mean, let's get honest with ourselves for a moment, okay? When I think back, if my body was a separate being and was in an interview and was asked about me and how I treat it, oof, that answer would have been rough. Okay? Instead, what we want, so there's this disconnection that happens. And I mean, when you think about it, in traditional education, traditional school, okay? I don't know about you, but I was never taught how to connect with my body. I was never taught how to listen to my body or how to, pay attention to the signals, how to evaluate a gut response. Like that was never part of the educational process when I was going to school. And it's not for a lot of people. Okay. There may be specialized schools out there that teach that kind of thing. And I think it's wonderful. I absolutely think this should be part of the curriculum, but I'm not even going to go there. Let me not get on that rant, okay? But here's the thing. When we lose sight of our body, okay? When that disconnection happens and we are so in our brains about our body, or we're not even thinking about all the things our body does for us on a daily basis, we get so obsessed with wanting to look a certain way, wear a certain size, be a certain weight, whatever the case may be. We're so completely disconnected from our bodies at that point, and our bodies never stray. They keep us here. They keep working. They keep going. And think about for those listening who do want to make physical changes, okay? Who do want to lose weight, gain weight, whatever it is you want to do with your with your body, okay? In whatever way you want to change your body. Think about how much easier it could be if you have some appreciation towards your body, and if you're reconnected with your body and working with your body as a friend. And I think that's really the takeaway when it comes to body appreciation. I feel like I've been a little all over the place on this episode, and that's okay. We're going to roll with it because whatever came up wanted to come up for some reason. But I think the takeaway, the real aha moment is to really consider your body, your physical form as a friend who's with you on this journey. And how can you show this friend, this guest, like however you want to think of it, okay? How can you show this friend some appreciation, some hospitality, some kindness, some compassion? I will tell you, all right, as someone who's been on this journey, and as I've mentioned a plethora of times, as someone who really had a horrible, toxic relationship with her body, okay, me, it has been such an incredible game changer to now work with my body, my physical form on this journey we called life. Okay. We call life. And the reason it's been such a game changer, because, okay, there's a relationship with food, which I talk about a lot, right? I'm an emotional eating coach. That makes a lot of sense. So there's your relationship with food. There's also your relationship with your body. This is a big part of Fat to Fierce, okay? Because when you heal the relationship with your body and start working with your body, and start paying attention to the signals and start appreciating your body, what happens is your body becomes a priority. The way you feel becomes a priority, okay? I say this all the time. Feeling good, feeling my best is my priority. Now, does that mean I never get sick or never feel physically down? No, of course, this is life and germs fly and things happen. And yeah, we get sick. I've had COVID, right? So, of course, there's going to be times when I don't feel my best physically. But when it is like within my power, it is my priority to feel as good as I can, even when I'm sick. Okay. Quick story. All right. Back in the day, we're talking maybe like 7 years ago, if I was sick, so if I'd get a flu, or I used to get sinus infections all the time. So if I was sick, my go-tos were this: ginger ale, saltine crackers, ice cream, and wonton soup. Okay. No matter what, if I was sick, that is what I wanted. Obviously not if I was nauseous, but if I had a cold, the flu, sinus infection, anything like that, those were my go-to foods. All right. They are not anymore. In fact, I don't even drink ginger ale anymore. I rarely drink soda anymore because I realized it feels like crap and it's just not good for my body. Okay. And I used to drink like Diet Pepsi on the regular. Oh, I can't even. Oh, the sound of just hearing myself say the word is like, bleh. But now when I'm down, if I have a sinus infection or if I'm not feeling well, I want to continue fueling my body in the best possible way that it can take while I'm not feeling well. I never get wonton soup anymore. I never get ice cream anymore. It has changed because my priority, even when I'm feeling down, is to help my body feel its best or help it recover in the best possible way, in the quickest way. That doesn't mean I never indulge in things like ice cream or cake and stuff like that. No, of course, I still have my moments where I want to enjoy that, especially if it's someone's birthday or something like that. But the majority of time, I am like, what is going to feel the best? What is going to leave me and my body feeling best? Because that becomes the priority when you are working, when you are reconnected with your body, when you are working with your body. And the path to get there is by becoming aware of your body, accepting exactly where you are right now on your journey, and appreciating everything that your body continues to do for you every single moment of every single day. So, body appreciation. I invite you to practice it. I mentioned, I think it was in episode 32, when I talked about body acceptance. I mentioned a body appreciation journal is actually what it's called. It's kind of similar to a gratitude journal, all right? But it's a body appreciation journal. And this is something I did in the very beginning of my journey. It's something I invite my clients to do, and it's something that I'll share again on this episode. And it looks like this. It sounds like this. Every day, you write down a part of your body and why you appreciate it. So you could start with like your nose. I appreciate my nose because I appreciate my hair because, and you go through and you do this for 30 days. You do this for an entire month. I mean, you can go longer if you want. But what it did for me, so I'll share my perspective, my story on this exercise. What that did for me was really kind of open my eyes at, first of all, as to all the body parts that I never even thought of. There's so many. There's all your internal organs. There's your fingernails. There's your fingers. There's your arms. There's your wrists. There's your elbows. I mean, there's just so many parts of these amazing systems that are our bodies, right? So it really opened my eyes into all the different parts of my body and really helped me find appreciation for these particular parts. And some of the hardest parts for me were the parts that I struggle with the most on my weight journey. So for me, again, everybody's different, but for me, it was my midsection, my stomach, and my arms. Okay. Those are the two like parts of me that I've struggled with the most throughout my life. But what was really empowering was being able to say, okay, my stomach, one of the parts that I've struggled with the most on my journey. What can I appreciate about my stomach? And I was so used to hating my stomach. I was so used to criticizing and judging my stomach. It was a real shift. And it took a minute. Okay. It took a minute, but it was a real shift to be able to find something that I appreciate about my stomach. And if I recall, I think one of the earliest things that I appreciated about my stomach was that it digests my food, right? Or my arms. I remember my arms very clearly because I cried like a baby when I wrote this one down the first time. I appreciated my arms, these arms that I hated for so long because they were too big, right? That's what I was always thinking. But I appreciated my arms because they hugged my babies. They hugged my kids, right? They helped me open doors. They helped me, do things every day, help me do my hair, like help me write, like all the things, right? And so, but that first one of like hugging my children, like my arms helped me hug my babies, was really emotional the first time I wrote that down. because for so long I was focused on how much I hated my arms, how much I disliked my arms, how much I wanted to change my arms, that it was really just a humbling moment to realize how much I appreciated my arms for helping me hug my children. Okay. And that's what this is about. Like, I'm not saying, because listen, I still have a thing about my arms. Okay. All this time later, like they're still not, I'm like, "Ugh, my arms are still like, one of the bigger parts of me, but it's such a different feeling about them now. The appreciation takes over. The love for them takes over. And while that little piece is still there of like, oh, I just wish they were a little bit smaller, like, it's fine. Okay. We're going to let that be. It's not that big of a deal. The appreciation trumps anything else. And so I invite you to give it a whirl, right? Write down some parts of your body that you appreciate and why, and see what happens. See how it changes the way you feel about yourself and your physical form. And as always, if you want to get support with this and really learn how to heal and change the relationship you have with your body, working towards that place of love, that place of just feeling positive and feeling better about your body, please go ahead, book a discovery call. Let's hop on Zoom, see how coaching works, and see if working together would be a great fit. All right. All that said, I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you next time. Are you ready to take control of your eating, embrace your body, and boost your confidence? Then let's get fierce. Start your Fat to Fierce journey today. Go to amyenglishcc.com for more resources and to book your discovery call.